Even if you've never seen it, chances are that you've at least heard of Yellowstone, the Western drama that's kept fans buzzing since 2018. Paramount Network's hit series tells the story of the Dutton family, who control one of the biggest cattle ranches in the country. It's full of dirty politics, drama, and even murder. With Yellowstone Season 5 approaching its premiere in November, today let's look at the Yellowstone cast now and then. Let's start with the Yellowstone cast. Some Yellowstone cast members such as Gil Birmingham and Kevin Costner are veterans in the acting world, with many acting credits under their belts. Others, like Breckin Merle and Jefferson White, are relative newbies in Hollywood, who are just starting to make a name for themselves in the industry. Either way, all of them have come a long way before arriving at the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. While you wait for the latest season to drop, check out these comparisons of the Yellowstone cast members at the start of their acting careers to the latest fourth season to see just how much they've all changed over this period. First up, we have Kevin Costner as John Dutton. Kevin Costner, who's also one of the lead producers for the series, plays Yellowstone's patriarch, John Dutton III, a Montana rancher who owns one of the biggest cattle ranches in the nation. Though Costner's an experienced actor, he made his film debut in 1981's Sizzle Beach, USA, and didn't rise to prominence until landing a starring role in the 1985 film Silverado. Since then, he's appeared in dozens of TV shows and movies. He's received several awards, including 2 Oscars, an Emmy, 2 Golden Globes, and 2 SAG Awards. In May 2017, it was announced that Kevin Costner has been cast in the series' lead role. The John Dutton we saw in Season 1 is a very changed man than the one we know now. At the end of Season 4, when we see John and Beth back on mostly level playing field, though there were just a few ruts here and there that probably won't ever be filled back up. Though their fights always set up things for even more drama and disclosure down the road, John and Beth's bond is thankfully still just as alive as they are. Secondly, there's Kelly Riley's character, Beth Dutton. Kelly Riley plays Bethany Dutton, the second youngest Dutton sibling. Ever since losing her high-ranking job at one of Montana's leading banks at the beginning of the show, she now dedicated herself to protecting her family's reputation and land. Growing up in England, Riley appeared in several TV shows and movies before landing a 5-episode arc on ITV's Wonderful You in 1999. Some of her other roles include Mary Morstan in Sherlock Holmes and Nicole in Flight, though Yellowstone marks her biggest role as of yet. As for Season 4, it would have been more than enough of an emotional moment just to have Jamie deliberately choose to murder his biological father. Jamie didn't even know that it had been immediately followed by Garrett literally saying all the things that Jamie wanted to hear, regardless of how sincere the sentiment really was. But obviously that wasn't the only payout that Jamie was responsible for, and Beth now has photographic evidence of Jamie dumping Garrett's body in Wyoming. So now Jamie's back on the saddle to do Beth's bidding in the political side of things. Actually, Beth can get Jamie to do anything she wants. The sky's the limit in our beloved Montana ranch. Next up, let's take a look at Cole Hauser's Rip. After making his film debut in 1992's School Ties alongside Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, Cole Hauser really made it big as Staff Sergeant Coda in 2000's Tigerland. He appeared in many roles since then, including Ethan Kelly on Rogue and Carter Verone in Too Fast, Too Furious, among others. In Season 1, we meet Cole Hauser, who plays Beth's husband, Rip Wheeler. He's a longtime foreman for the Dutton family ranch, as well as the family's unofficial fixer. One of television's most beloved couples in recent years, Rip and Beth were destined to go the extra mile in their relationship at one point or the other. Still, it was beyond shocking for it to go down in such an abrupt manner in the Season 4 finale. It was really impromptu for everyone, considering that Beth literally kidnapped a priest at gunpoint in order to make it happen. Still, the ranch set vows may not have been part of their traditional fairy tale experience, but it made for a drama-filled celebration that perfectly matched the couple's chaotic nature. It's unclear whether the series will ever show viewers a more elaborately planned ceremony honoring Rip and Beth's love, but it's no longer as necessary as it once was. Plus, what about the couple Monica and Kayce Dutton, played by Kelsey Asbill and Luke Grimes? Luke Grimes portrays the youngest of the Dutton children, Kayce, who served in the military as a Navy SEAL and has a tense relationship with John. Kelsey Asbill plays Kayce's wife, Monica, a lifelong resident of Broken Rock, Indiana Reservation who often found herself torn between the Dutton family ranch and her indigenous community. Not all of the show's couples came away from the finale with strong bonds, though. Kayce's trippy vision quest from Season 4 actually took him to the edge of the cliff and showed him the end of his relationship with Monica. It was a reveal set up by his earlier dream in which he was kissing a nude Avery. Of course, his dreams also include his brother coughing up blood and going into Rambo mode after being ambushed in a war zone. And he was shown two other things during his vision, one of which seemed to really gross him out. So was that the end of him and Monica really the only thing that Kayce saw? Or is he hiding a few details? Guess we'll find out soon in Season 5. Luke Grimes made his Hollywood debut in the 2006 slasher flick All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Since then, he appeared in 50 Shades of Grey film series as Elliot Grey and American Sniper as Navy SEAL Mark Lee, among others. Kelsey, on the other hand, played the reoccurring role of Gigi Silverly on One Tree Hill. She landed her first major part in 2010 as Michaela Makula in the Disney XD sitcom Pair of Kings, and her other major roles include Natalie Hanson in Wind River and Tracy Stewart on Teen Wolf. What's up with Jamie Dutton? Wes Bentley plays the second eldest Dutton sibling, James or Jamie Dutton. We saw in the first season how he was adopted by John and Evelyn. Like his brother Kayce, he also had a strained relationship with his father. Out of all the biggest and wildest moments that went down in the final episode of Yellowstone's 4th season, one of the most chilling scenes was definitely Beth eking out Jamie's confession that Garrett was responsible for setting up the attack through his former cellmate. Jamie didn't even have anything to hide at the moment, as his face told Beth everything she needed to know. Instead of sealing Jamie's fate for him, Beth offered up a series of options for how things could go in the future, and he chose the delayed third option, which, at the time, seemed like the easiest way out. Bentley first rose to stardom thanks to his role as Ricky Fitz in 1999's American Beauty, and his career has not slowed down since then. His biggest role includes Doyle in Interstellar, Seneca Crane in The Hunger Games, and Eric in Mission Impossible Fallout, as well as several other roles in the FX series American Horror Story. Next is Jefferson White's Jimmy. Jefferson White plays Jimmy Herdstrom, who is a former drug dealer and thief given a second chance at life when John took him under his wing and gave him a job on the ranch. Considering Jimmy was already reported to be heading up Paramount's in-development 6,666 spin-offs, this storyline's eventual payoff was laid out accordingly. The finale did indeed feature Jimmy saying goodbye to the Yellowstone to make a permanent leave for Texas. Even after the emotional exchange in which Emily promised to wait for Jimmy, viewers never expected to see her show up in Montana with him as a fiancé. Before appearing in Yellowstone, White previously appeared in The Americans and Law & Order Special Victims Unit before landing the role of Cole in the period drama Manhattan. Other major roles include Joshua Masterson on House of Cards, Philip Jessup on How to Get Away with Murder, and Lincoln Steffens on The Alienist. And finally, let's take a look at Finn Little's Carter. When Finn Little's too soon-to-be orphan character Carter showed up earlier in Season 4, it was presumed he'd be a pillar solely within the tower of Rip and Beth. And yet it seems like Carter's relationship with John has seemingly had the biggest impact, partly because the young stall cleaner is so clearly in awe of the ranch owner. It'd be one thing if John was just begrudgingly accepting of the situation, but it seems like it's more than that. Taylor Sheridan made this even more clear by ending Season 4 with them riding off into the sun together. With all the emotional baggage weighing John down and keeping him from wanting to get on a horse, Carter's relative distance from Dutton's horrors was enough to lure the ambush survivor out of his chair. And that's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Yellowstone's main cast first scene and last scenes in Season 4? Let us know more in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next video.